In the north of Portugal, where the Doro River meets the Atlantic Ocean, lies the city of bridges. Famous for its stunning views and characteristic fortified wine, this gem of a destination is the focus of today's video, and hopefully, your next JayWay travel trip.
Welcome to Porto. In today's video, we're counting down the top things to see and do in this beautiful city. So, without further ado, let's get on with it.
Porto, or as some call it, O Porto, is a city steeped in over 2,000 years of history, located at the Doro River estuary. Get ready to discover its UNESCO-protected historical center and the many fascinating sights it offers. There's something truly magical about getting lost in the crooked streets of the Ribeira neighborhood. Spread alongside the riverbank, this area used to be the hub for commercial and manufacturing activity as far back as the Middle Ages. Its colorful 18th century houses are a delight to observe up close, but for that iconic postcard-perfect view, we recommend crossing the Douro to the opposite bank, to Vila Nova de Gaia, the charming settlement on the left bank or south of the River Douro. To get there, simply cross the iconic Luís I Bridge. We will talk about this 19th century architectural marvel a little later, so stick around to learn about that. But for now, let's return to Porto's historical center. Just a short walk from Ribeira stands the magnificent Palácio da Bolsa, once the city's stock exchange palace and still a symbol of its grandeur. You simply must visit the interiors of this 19th century gem. Every room is richly decorated with captivating art, but the crown jewel is undoubtedly the so-called Arab room, resplendent in the exotic Moorish revival style. Trust us, it's like stepping into another world. Speaking of stunning interiors, there are some spectacular train stations around the world, and Porto's is among the most impressive. At São Bento's station, you'll be greeted by floor-to-ceiling art depicting key moments from Portuguese history, all brought to life through more than 20,000 intricately painted azulejo tiles. Azulejos are a quintessentially Portuguese art form and adorn the facades of buildings all across Porto. For some of the most striking examples, don't miss the Baroque blue and white murals on the side wall of the Carmo Church. Take a moment to discover its interiors, including the narrow in-between house. Equally captivating is the tile work of the Chapel of Souls on the bustling Santa Catarina shopping avenue. And, of course, some of the most spectacular azulejo art awaits you in one of Porto's oldest and grandest monuments, the Porto Cathedral. A visit to this edifice is a must, not just for its intricate interiors and beautiful azulejos, but also for the panoramic views of the city that can be enjoyed from the cathedral's tower. If you've seen our videos before, and by the way, you should subscribe, you know we have a soft spot for a great view. And we love to recommend the best views in each city. The challenge with Porto is that due to its hilly landscape and stunning architecture, there are simply too many jaw-dropping views around every corner. Choosing a favorite? Nearly impossible. But we will do our best to guide you through the must-see ones. Ready to explore? Another tower that offers a fantastic vantage point in the historic center is the Clérigos Church Bell Tower. Though climbing the nearly 246-foot tower is a bit of a workout, the reward is worth every step. 360-degree views of Porto's red rooftops and iconic landmarks stretching into the distance. From up here, you can even spot the domed roof of the Rosa Mota Pavilion. It's built on the site of the old Crystal Palace, and while that might not sound immediately exciting, trust us, it's a hidden gem. If you take the guided tour to the arena's roof, not only will you get another incredible view of Porto, but you'll also learn more about the history of the Crystal Palace and its lush gardens. And yes, there's a sweet treat waiting for you at the end of the tour. The surrounding gardens offer a peaceful escape and, of course, even more picturesque spots to explore. Now, let's hop over the Doro River for the best views from the Vila Nova de Gaia side. Or rather, let's cross on the previously mentioned Ponto Dom Luís I, a double-deck iron masterpiece from the 1880s and an icon of the city. The lower deck allows you to quickly cross from Ribeira to Gaia's riverside, while you'll find many wonderful spots to soak in the scenery. But the views from the bridge's upper deck are hard to beat. To reach it, you can take the funicular on the Gaia side for, you guessed it, even more spectacular vistas. Craving a new, even loftier perspective on the bridge? Climb to the Serra do Pilar Monastery viewing platform for one of the most spectacular views in Porto. By now you may have noticed the large, often English signs perched atop buildings on the Gaia side. Ever wonder what they are? Well, let's take a minute to delve into one of Porto's most famous exports, its signature drink, port wine. Port is a fortified wine, meaning a neutral spirit is added to the wine before fermentation is complete. This process leaves the wine with a rich sweetness and a higher alcohol content, giving port its distinctive character. The story of port wine begins in the lush vineyards of the Doro Valley, one of the world's oldest protected wine regions. It's here, in this stunning landscape, that the grapes for port wine are grown. If you're looking for a perfect day trip from Porto, the Doro Valley is a must. Imagine yourself exploring these picturesque vineyards, meeting the passionate winemakers, sampling the region's new and trendy unfortified wines, and enjoying a peaceful ride along the river. Travel with us at JayWay Travel, and let us take you on a private trip that you'll never forget. Stay tuned to learn more about our offer at the end of this video. Once the grapes are harvested and processed in the Doro, the barrels of fortified wine make their way to the cellars of Vila Nova de Gaia to age. In the past, these barrels were transported using the traditional wooden boats called barcos. While these boats have mostly retired from their original duties, you can still spot them today in Porto, offering scenic tourist rides along the river. Storage and transportation was handled mostly by the British, who came to Portugal in the beginning of the 18th century in search of an alternative to full-bodied French wine, as they were, at the time, at war with France. Port wine, sweeter, potent, and ideal to survive long transportation journeys, became very popular in Britain, and many shippers established their port wine cellars in Vila Nova de Gaia. We highly recommend a visit to any of them to not only find out more about this unique export product, but also taste a variety of port wines for yourself. You might even decide to buy a bottle for your loved ones. And where else should you shop while in Porto? For a classic shopping experience, take a stroll down Aliados Avenue, leading you to the grand and iconic City Hall building. For something truly unique, head to the famous Livraria Lelo, often hailed as one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world. Remember to book your time slot ticket in advance. Your entrance fee can be deducted from a price of a book, giving you both a memorable sightseeing experience and a special souvenir in one. If you're craving local flavors, make your way to the Bolhão market. Here, the air is filled with the scent of fresh fruits, sweet flowers, and countless delicacies sold in its many vibrant stalls. Since 1914, Bolhão Market has been the quintessential destination for a fresh, quality snack and an authentic taste of Porto. If you happen to be in the city on a Saturday, don't miss the Portobello Designer Market on the square of King Carlos Alberto. Before we leave you, there's one final must-do activity in Porto. Take a ride on the historic tramline number 1 to Foz do Douro, where the river meets the ocean. Begin your half-day adventure aboard a charming, old-time tram as it winds along the Doro River all the way to its mouth. Once there, feel the ocean breeze as waves crash against a lighthouse, explore a fort, or simply stroll along the beaches, marveling at the untamed beauty of the Atlantic. Of course, again, we've only scratched the surface of what Porto has to offer. The city brims with incredible experiences, from its colorful street art to savoring a francesinha, Porto's iconic sandwich. The best way to discover all of this is to visit yourself. And with JayWay Travel, your perfect Porto adventure awaits.
I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Don't forget that if you want to visit Porto and Portugal in general on a tour that is fully tailored to your specific needs by local experts, there's no better way to do it than with JayWay Travel. Visit jaywaytravel.com, and I will see you next time.